Let's go to the other side of the country for a second.
Moving on to another dumpster fire.
I know, why not? Ramona Shelburne, shout out, broke the news yesterday. Jalen Brunson had a players-only meeting with the message to stop looking at the coaches for answers. The answers to what is wrong with us right now, right in this locker room. We have to look in the mirror. Oh yeah, they were all there, by the way. It was very awkward.
Y'all be cool.
I'll see you at 0 bonds.
Y'all be safe.
Okay, players, tell me what this means, Boogie.
This is the first.
Chandler?
This is the first domino effect here.
It's
Right.
I mean,
player-only meeting?
Oh, you know it's
go good or bad.
Wait, domino for who? Like, what does that mean?
This is like what you do when it's real bad and you feel like this is the Hail Mary, like, all right, guys, it's all on us. No coaches. How are we gonna respond? Exactly.
But it's not that bad. I mean,
that's the thing. I feel like obviously this team has, aspirations of being a champion this year, making it to the Eastern Conference, all of those things. I get it. But it's also a bit dramatic for me because as bad of a season that they think they're having, they're still third, fourth in the conference. So for me, this is kind of a over-exaggeration. Do they got some things they got to figure out? Absolutely. But I do still think this Knicks team is a good team. Obviously, they were the most consistent early on in the year. Maybe they hit a wall early with this, NBA Cup. It's starting to seem like...
Well, damn, when's that going to run out?
They peaked.
It seems like a trend, though. It seems like a trend lately. Every team that kind of wins the Cup...
They're not the only team.
Yeah, they struggle later on in the year, so maybe that has something to do with it. But I do think this is a bit of an over-exaggeration. They do have to figure things out. I do think... as far as the leadership with the team, I think Brunson handles his job correctly, but then you go to your second leader, which is Cat. He has some things to figure out. He has some things he has to embrace and some things he has to accept. This is the situation that you're in. So, like I said, I don't think this is the end of their season and they should panic, but they do have things to figure out.
When you're a team this talented and have actual expectations and you go through a route like this where you're 2-9 over the last 11 and you're the worst defensive team and you're the slowest paced team, your offense is getting bogged down and your guys aren't getting shots to fall, it's frustrating, but then when you look in the big picture of things, like they're still right there, they're still, with this horrific stretch, they still feel like they can figure it out. So I understand the point of this team meeting. Listen, the coaching staff, we know what they're telling us to do. At the end of the day, we have to go out there and execute it, and we're not playing hard enough. We're not playing collectively and together. So I love the idea of the team meeting. We just know how these go, where it's
I'm sure it was some eye rolls in there.
It's just something you have to do for optics. That doesn't really change shit. And they're going to come out and they're going to play either really good or the same stuff again. And then if they play good, the meeting's going to look like it worked. And if not, it's going to be the same thing, different day.
Wait, are you saying so? If you have have you guys not had a players meeting where you came out and things got better?
Yeah,
for sure.
Is it temporary or is it? Oh, it actually rights the ship.
I mean, it depends on the personality of the group, and it also depends on what the issue is. If it's a fixable issue, and
what is it?
And I like the fact that Brunson called this meeting because, as I understand it, we need to have a conversation about the things that we can control. There's an old adage in the NBA, you can control attitude and effort. You can't control what the coaches do, you can't control what the GM do, but I can control how hard I play. I can control what I do inside the lines, whether I like my role or not. Those are two things I can control, and it looks like attitudes are the problem for the New York Knicks, and their effort is a problem for the New York Knicks. Those are two things inside the lines that those players can control, and they're not doing that well. So that's something that we need to talk about. Like, hey, we might not like our roles on this team as far as the coaching staff goes, but if we're going to compete, we got to compete. And so we can have that conversation as a team, and that can be something that's changed, and that can be looked at as a positive.
And also, they're a vet enough team to have these conversations as a team, because there's always these reports about how they're not happy with their roles or they don't exactly know what their role is, which is a little crazy this deep into the season.
Very.
But I imagine after this, once all cards are on deck, then they bring the coach in, then they bring Mike Brown in, and they say, okay, listen, Jordan Clarkson wants this, this, this. And you can see if you can have a balance of kind of getting everybody involved after something like this. Because there seems to be a lot of question on guys' roles, and which is crazy this far into the season.
Also because you've there have been stretches where you're good, and you apparently knew your rules on those days. So I don't know how it changed. Ramona also reporting yesterday that people within this organization are not quite thrilled with a moment with Mike Brown and Draymond Green, because this is a game in which Draymond Green was manhandling Cat basically the entire time, and we know that they have past issues. And then afterwards, Mike Brown was all huggy with Draymond, and folks don't seem to be happy with that. Post game, correct? Here you go. Look.
No.
That's the middle of the game. By the way, as a fan, I've always thought this was weird. I'm wondering what you guys think about it. Like, it's especially when your player has been on the receiving end.
I've learned when things are bad, the smallest things can make it worse.
This is also true.
Great point.
They have issues, obviously, but this is a reach.
Okay.
They obviously have a relationship. Draymond was coached by this guy for years. They've won championships together. They have a real relationship. If anybody y'all should be mad at, it should be Cat. He should be defending himself. Stop letting these players punk you, bro. Like, it's simple as that.
Are you victim blaming right now, Boogie?
No,
what are you doing?
I'm calling the facts out. If you want to be angry at anybody, it should be Cat.
Okay.
Get up and stand up for yourself. The scouting report is the punk Cat. Does everybody up here know that?
That's a quick scouting report.
All right, so if anybody should be mad, it should be Cat. Stand up for yourself. Stop allowing these things to happen. Be a man, bro. Like, at the end of the day, he bleeds, you bleed. It's the same thing. We all sleep and we all wake up the same way.
And also,
man up.
The beginning of your statement, you made a point. But we've also learned when things are bad, it might have been one person unhappy with this, and
also
now it's all of a sudden the Knicks and people inside the organization. Like, somebody might have, but put these things in context, like Boogie just said. Mike Brown coached Draymond. They have their relationship. And also, this is the NBA. Everybody knows everybody. Now, do I love the fact that we're competing and my coach is hugging another player? Absolutely not. But if we're sitting there having dialogue and he walks up to me and that's what he goes, what am I supposed to do if I'm Mike Brown? Turn my back on him and pretend like so no, two things can be true. No,
I don't know. That looked like he was initiating the hug. I mean, if we're gonna get into hug semantics here, like if Mike Brown was initiating the hug on that one.
I didn't see that. No,
yeah,
I didn't see that.
You can roll footage.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
We need to watch this Zapruder film one more time.
I see both sides of this. I do think this is a bit of a reach, and again, when it rains, it pours, and these guys are frustrated right now, and they're losing games, and they're too talented to go on stretches like this. On the flip side, like I played for guys like Kevin McHale. Kevin McHale would never do this to the opposing player during the games. Like, so there are certain coaches that would also think this is soft, or you could be your friends after the game.
You said Kevin McHale wouldn't?
Like, he would never do that during the game because he'd be like, "What? We're competing. We're at war against."
But that's because he's older, and I think there's a different.
So there's different personalities. I totally get that.
I don't know Kevin McHale.
But no, I'm saying on the flip side, if you were my teammate and you got into it with somebody, and then we're playing against JB Bickerstaff, and he went like this to dap me up, I'm gonna dap him up. It's my boy for years.
Absolutely.
Like,
Mike Brown's personality also is he's like kind of a smiley guy. He sort of shares a lot. Like I don't know. You have to take some of that.
This is nothing. Y'all want to be mad at something? Be mad at y'all defense. Okay, this ain't nothing.
Yeah,
here's what gets
and this is also Cat. I think it's all Cat. This is the guy that said he doesn't know his role. This guy's had an up and down season.
He's going to be the scapegoat. Just be ready. Like,
Jalen Brunson can do no wrong in the Knicks fans' eyes, so it's all going to fall on this guy.
Well, that's an issue in itself, too.
Okay,
I mean,
so
if y'all having team problems, everybody should be having
everything they do is under a magnifying glass, and everything they do is going to get picked apart.
By the way, they have a 4-game losing streak going into tonight's game against the Nets.
They lose
at the Garden. Now, in past years, this could be the thing that changes everything. Unfortunately, Nets, I'm not trying to pick on you, but it is what it is. Dropping 9 of 11 is a big, haunting deal. Now, it seems like this is one of the biggest games of the season for them. I'm also sitting here going, oh my God, Lou, if they lose to the Nets,
no more team meetings.
the sky is falling tomorrow. Like, what do you think this is going to look like tonight?
I think it should be a good game, and I want to see how they respond. Again, when you have these reports of hugging and team meetings and all of these different things, like, well, respond. Somebody respond. Like, I don't think this is the end-all, be-all. There's still tons of basketball to be played, and they're still in a very good position in the Eastern Conference. So it ain't the end of the world. I'm not going to put their whole season on the line on a random Wednesday night in the NBA against the Brooklyn Nets, but you also would like to see them respond based on everything that's going on.
It wouldn't be good if they lost this game, and I'm with Lou. It's not their Super Bowl, but it's January 21st, whatever it is. But everything they're going through, this should be a turning point, a team morale thing where we just had this meeting. Let's go out there and let's execute. Let's all figure out our role. Let's play hard as balls, and let's literally Make
what you got.
Weird. That's a saying now?
Sorry. And just make sure
You should have just went on and said what you wanted to
Yeah,
say.
say the other thing.
That's probably worse than what you wanted to say. But go ahead, all right.
hard as shit.
Thank you. Like, that was probably better.
And you know, it's the city rivalry here. Like, let's just get this.
This is a big
let's
game.
get off the schneid here and beat the brakes off this team and get back on to winning ways.
By the way, what are the Nets over there thinking? Like
They're thinking.
assume they're
Also, I'm thinking plus
slump
440 is
buster.
not a bad bet on the Nets, because I think also this could get way worse for the Knicks, and it's going to start tonight with a Nets win.
I mean, I'm motivated. It's all get out.
They can't lose this game.
Because they don't. This is all.
But I'm still enticed.
Weird
by
that I'm
Brooklyn
excited about
440.
Knicks and Nets on January 21st, but that's where we are. Do we think they're going to trade Cat? Do we think they should trade Cat? Because I have heard, in fairness, and all of the things I consume during the course of the day, there are very split camps on whether or not you trade Cat.
Mm-hmm.
So what do they? Should they?
I think it's in consideration. I mean, if you're a team that's pushing for a championship, I think all options will always be on the table, especially if you're not getting the success that you expect or you want. So I do think, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that's a conversation that's being held, especially with, you know, a Giannis in the background.
Well, they got Orlando, Charlotte, and Memphis as potential teams in this sort of scenario.
So you bringing up Memphis, I'm assuming they're thinking of a Jaren Jackson type of guy. So obviously, though, I would consider it. I don't think those options are off the table at all. No.
Poor Cat. It's going to be a rough stretch for him. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side, the word rivals. What does it even mean anymore? We're going to talk about rivalry on the other side.
Run it up.